All right, well, hey, you guys, it is Sergeant Q, and this is time for another Mental Health Monday. I know I've missed the past few. I've had a lot going on with my mom battling cancer, and also with a good friend of mine, Christian Post, passing away. So I've been going through some stuff, and I've been traveling and just trying to get stuff done at my house, which still isn't completed. So it's just been a lot, and so I haven't made these videos. I've been throwing some stuff up on TikTok, so those are super easy to make. They're like 3 minutes, so you can check those out too. You can find me on TikTok, Healing Through Service. But what I want to talk to you guys about today on Mental Health Monday is getting help early and often. Like, this is a huge problem. I cannot tell you how many times I get phone calls from people who are in crisis. Well, typically they're not in crisis, right? Typically it's a family member or a friend or somebody that knows this individual who's reaching out to me because the individual is in crisis. And they call me like, I don't know what their expectation is, like I can just fix it, or I have some magic wand I can kind of wave over the situation. I'm like, it doesn't work like that, all right? So it takes a lot of time and effort to work in mental health and help somebody. It takes a lot of time and effort to do that. It can totally be done. But if you have a friend or family member that you're concerned about, start reaching out to them now. Start getting them help now. Start getting them connected now before they get into crisis. Because when they're in crisis mode, like, I'm not going to say it's too late, but it's too late for me to be able to help them. If they are in crisis, we need emergency services. That's what we need. We need to be calling 911. We need to be getting them into inpatient treatment. We need to be getting them onto suicide watch or into an addiction treatment facility. Like, that's what happens when somebody's in crisis mode. That's the avenue that you need to go. Calling me, saying, hey, can you just talk to this veteran? Can you talk to this person? Like, that's not going to really do any good. It's going to be putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound, because this person doesn't know me. They don't value anything I say. I have not created any value in their life. So why would they take anything I say to heart, right? I mean, it just doesn't work that way. The best person to help your friend or family member who's struggling with mental health is you. You are the best person, man. That's what I'm going to tell you. You are the best person to help them. You're closest to them. You have a shared experience with them. You have built equity in their life, so now you can speak into their life. You are the best person to help them. So how do you help them, right? That's what you're saying. You're like, okay, but what do I do? Well, I have resources for you to be able to help them. If you go on my YouTube page, which you're on right now, there's videos about talking points, about mental health that you can watch. And so you can have these conversations with them and know what you're talking about. You can also read my book. Like, it's available everywhere. It tells you a lot about how the brain works and what's happening and how you can help them. But you're the best person for that. You can also sign up to go through one of my courses. If you go through one of my courses, you're going to learn you're going to learn everything I know about mental health. You will be just as trained as I am, okay? Because I don't keep any secrets back. It's all in the book and in the teachings. If you go through that course, it'll be a great investment into your life and into the life and relationship of your friend and family member. It's super important, you guys. Don't wait till one of your friends and family member is in crisis to learn this stuff. It'd be like your friend choking at a restaurant and you saying, oh man, maybe I should learn how to do the Heimlich maneuver. That's too late, dude. You got to learn now, so when the emergency happens, you are prepared to deal with it. Same thing. You've got to be prepared to deal with a mental health crisis. It's going to happen. And it's going to happen to you or your friends and family multiple times in your lifetime. So you got to start learning these skills now, so that way you can be effective when that moment of crisis happens, right? Calling me in the crisis moment is going to be of very little value to you or to the individual. All right? So 2 things you can do. 1, you can go through the class and learn these skills so you can help your friends and family. And number 2, you can get them the book. You can get them the resources. You can sign them up to go through the class. Heck, go through the classes together as a team. That's what we talk about, is that team, the squad. The Department of the Army, they did a 40-year-long study, and they determined the number 1 element for success on the battlefield is the squad. And so you have to reinvent the squad as a civilian in your life now, today. Who's your squad? Who are the guys that you know and trust that can help you when you're in crisis? I mean, I got a squad. Okay, Jay Alexander, who I just talked to today, Jesse Nurag, who I saw yesterday, and Nick Johnson, who I saw at church on Sunday. Like, these are my guys. These are my squad. These are the 3 guys that are my squad. Now, I've got a lot of other friends and a lot of other larger squad on top of that. You know, when you talk about like Gregory Lavelle, when you talk about Marcus Cola, you know, when you talk about Patrick Wright, when you talk about all these other guys that are in my life, but that's my core squad. Those are the 3 guys that I've chosen to be in my squad. And so you have to choose that as well. Or if you're a friend or family member of somebody you know that's struggling with mental health, you got to help them create that squad and get trained up. And if you don't use my training, that's totally fine. If there's some other training that you want to do, go do that. Learn these skills to be able to help somebody, not when they're in crisis. Okay, that's important, but it's more important to teach them how to prevent getting into crisis. How do you prevent these things from happening? Learning how to help somebody in crisis is fine. It's great. It's needed, but there's no longevity there. Okay? You want to teach people the skills to avoid getting into crisis to begin with. And that's what I do. I'm not a crisis response or crisis management person. I can do it. Not my wheelhouse, not my unique skill set. My unique skill set is teaching people how to avoid getting into a mental health crisis. When you're struggling with mental health, what are some things that you can do to avoid getting into crisis? That's what I teach, okay? I teach things to do, and I show you things not to do. That's my skill set. So if you've been following me for a while, if you're my friend, or you know me, or you know my organization, like, that's what I bring to the table, you guys. I bring to the table teaching people how to avoid getting into a mental health crisis. I am not the go-to crisis response guy. It's not my wheelhouse. It's not. The wheelhouse is 911. Those guys are crisis response people, okay? That's their skill set. That's what they do. You know, there's other crisis response counselors that are out there, not my wheelhouse. As a matter of fact, I'm going to find some and list them as a resource for you guys. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find that resource for you guys, okay? And I will post it on the next video so that way you guys have the crisis response individual that you can go to in crisis. I'm the guy to teach you how to avoid crisis altogether. So that's what I got. That's your Mental Health Monday. My mental health rant for the week is don't call me. No. It's not don't call me. It's call me before a crisis, man, and I can teach you how to not get in crisis. All right. Love you guys. I'm off to get the rest of my tattoo finished. This great tattoo artist in Puyallup that Jay Alexander told me about, and so I've been seeing him for a while now. It's called Tattoo Machine in Puyallup. You should go check it out. His name's Garrett. If free plug for you, Garrett. Does great work. He's done all this armor work on me. So, all right, I'm out.